A new discovery by a team of scientists at Scripps Research may be a game changer in the world of treating diseases like diabetes and obesity. And the way these neuroscientists learned about this new finding is to make our body tissue transparent through a technique called HYBRiD. Understanding physiology and disease across multiple organ systems has long been a challenge in biology. And now a new method, a hydrogel-based reinforcement of three-dimensional imaging solvent-cleared organs, called HYBRiD Disco for short, is changing that. I know, stay with me here. In simple terms, this is how it works.
The overall idea is we can use chemicals to remove fats from animal tissues, and this way we can make them optically transparent while keeping most of the structures and proteins in place. And so our method performs pretty well on complex tissues. For example, it can contain muscles, bones, and different types of tissues in it. We can then mark certain genes or structures with fluorescent tags to visualize where they are and what they look like in the entire animals.
By using this method, Scripps research scientists were able to basically eavesdrop on communication between our fat and our brain. So why is this important? Well, experts believe this could lead to new treatments for obesity or other metabolic disease.
Before this study, we think the brain sends signal to the fat, basically tells the fat to burn more lipid, right, to burn more fat. And this is kind of what has been known. And what we found is this new sensory neurons tells the fat when to stop. So if you imagine in burning fat is like, has a gas pedal to have the fat burn more fat. And now we discover a break to the brain. Sometimes we will tell the fat to stop burning as much, just hit the brake. So it's really a two-way communication and then really a bi-directional, on and off switch. And then I think in a nutshell, we found the off switch that tells the fat when to stop burning lipid.
Why would we want to stop burning fat?
Well, I guess in a way you can say under normal conditions, you'd want to have some fat storage. Of course, in modern days, we have so much fat in our diet and we don't want to do that, but that's our way of thinking. But the body doesn't know that, right? The body want to have a normal amount of storage. So when you're hungry, you can actually use them rather than burning everything off. So your body has this more natural mechanism to control it in a way. And of course, from our point of view, for battling obesity, we want to burn as much as we can, but that's not how our body was designed to do.
Bottom line, if the brain is taking inventory of how much fat we have and where it's stored, then intercepting or decoding this communication could lead to unraveling diseases like diabetes. However, this technology may actually lead to much more. Since the HYBRiD is helping scientists track neurons in our body by basically making our tissue transparent, that opens a door for improved distribution of medication as well.
So it can be helpful because it can, for example, some of the off-target effect of certain pills that may be because they bind to an organ that we don't want them to go, or some pills are not really effective because they don't really bind well. They got metabolized really fast. So this way we can visualize in the entire animal to see where the pill binds and where the main target are at, and whether that. And we can even go to a cellular resolution to see whether they bind to the desired cells that we want them to bind. So this multi-scale visualization is really helpful.
All right, so this new HYBRiD method was just discovered this year, so obviously more testing and applications will be conducted. Now, the impact on the pharmaceutical industry with this new knowledge may actually lead to less toxicity in our body, targeted pain treatment, and also fewer side effects from medication. But again, this is just in the early stages.
The city of